All right, Coach. Running through this whole gamut now as the head coach, you've kind of seen this thing on television before. You've been part of it anyhow. Is it a little different running the show like this media day?
You know, coming up this morning, I was thinking about it, and so at my senior year in 2000,
it's okay.
I went to media day, and so that was kind of my first experience. Then I was lucky enough in my time at UCF to do a couple of them for Coach O'Leary, and so kind of got a little bit of experience, you know, doing it. And then coming here first time though, actually as the head coach, it's pretty cool. It is. It's a good experience. It's good to talk to good people and talk about your school and talk about your players and the good things they've done. But you know, just being around good people and talking ball, it means it's close. It's almost here.
It's almost here. You know how special it is then, as a player and as a coach, obviously, to be representing your school and that logo here. So the trio that you brought along with you, we talked to LaMiles Brooks. He was great. Why did you choose those three to rep Georgia Tech?
You know, you want people that represent your school. You know, and you want guys that have a voice in the locker room. You know, guys that have a feel for what's going on with the team, because they're going to be more genuine. They're going to give you, real responses. They're going to give you the true feel of what's going on, and then be able to take things back. And it's a reward, you know, to have Sylvain, who just started playing football when he came to the United States, and you know, now to be on this stage and be able to stand up on the stage, and that's a cool thing for him. And LaMiles, Jordan, both those guys have long relationships with.
You talked about physicality. In fact, I closed my eyes when I was listening to your press conference, and I didn't know if I was listening to Miro Cristobal or you. But, you know, football is a physical game, isn't it? It's got to be played that way. And I know that's one of the things that you've talked about with us many, many times, that we have got to set that as a bar and a standard of Georgia Tech.
Yeah, it is. It's a collision sport. You know, contact sport. To me, it's a collision sport, and they happen over and over and over. Well, you have to have your body ready to do those things. It's a physical game. It's a tough game, and I don't care what position you are. You don't just have to be an O lineman or D lineman to be physical. I mean, the number one quality we're looking for when it's coming to who's going to be the starting quarterback is toughness. It's toughness, because that then trickles down to the rest of the football team. You're not going to. It's hard enough to win in football, and you only get 12. You're guaranteed 12 opportunities every year. Every other sport has, you know, so many more games than us. Well, the preparation's the same. The preparation's for a whole year, but we only have 12 opportunities. So we've got to make the most of every one of those opportunities, and you know, not to take a physical approach, and not take a football team that's calloused and toughness out there. You're not going to have a lot of success.
You just mentioned the quarterback battle, and I know you came up here because you wanted to announce to everyone who your starting quarterback's going to be.
Yeah. So
we're ready.
All right. The starting quarterback for 2023 for Georgia Tech will be Wes Durham.
Man, he beat the competition, huh?
Coach,
what are his traits that really stood out to you?
Running with the football.
Running with the football.
Escaping a rush.
Okay.
Evadability.
Can you say 2nd and 12, 3rd and 14, punt team? Let's
That's
go.
being kind, I think.
That's what I can say. You bring Durham in over here, that punter's going to be exhausted.
I got you. I got your back. I mean, you're as ingrained in the traditions of the past as anyone, and we could go on forever. So, you know, we've got to.
Thank God for the transfer portal.
Yes. I mean, maybe if he comes available, maybe we'll pick him up. I don't know. We'll see what the bidding war is on him.
Teams are clamoring for Wes Durham at quarterback.
Right. Yeah, it's we've got an opportunity to have 3 guys on the roster right now at quarterback that have played college football.
Right.
And that's not that's a position that you're grateful for. You know, to have experience at that position in 3 deep, how it ends up shaking out. So, you know, who's it going to be? I don't know. No one knows. You know, it's going to be myself and Buster Faulkner and Chris Winkie sitting down every day during camp at night and revisiting the day, and you know, looking at there's statistics, there's analytics, there's the charts, the completions, the cool thing about it is, though, those guys have so much respect from the team already. You're not trying to name a guy real fast and now have the team rally behind him and show him support. We're going to need these guys. We're going to need them. I mean, it's hard to go an entire season with one guy at that position. So, but the team has their respect. They love those guys, and they pull for each other. So it's not in a rush to try to get everyone rallied behind them, but we want to make sure the decision is the right decision.
Coach, I have never coached a day in my life, but Wes knows this, Taylor knows this. I have said this 1,000 times if I've said it once. If I have a quarterback battle, you know when you're going to find out? When we break the huddle against Louisville. That's when you're going to find out who my starting quarterback is. The team's going to know, but nobody else is going to know about it. That's what I'd do.
It's the Packer playbook.
Or he knows me well over the last 9 months.
There you go. We figured you out.
Here's what we got to do, though, before Coach gets out of here. I know you tried to showcase this with the huddle, but we got a chance to showcase the socks now, because we have talked about this, quote, the space nerds, which we kind of found that out during our old show here about 2 months ago. There's the astronaut socks. There they are. Check those bad boys out.
They're amazing.
Yeah. We've got the, shout out to, can you get a picture of them there? I don't know how that thing works.
Got them. By the way, tomorrow, the U.S. House of Representatives going to have a big meeting. Unidentified anomalous phenomenon, UFOs, all that's coming out tomorrow up in D.C. Did you know that?
I thought the only thing coming out of D.C. was NIL.
That's another
mystery.
I thought that was the UFO you were talking about.
That's another mystery.
Nobody knows. One thing that also happened at that main desk earlier today, one of your players, Jordan Williams, he spun the wheel and he got do your best coach impression. I don't know if you heard it, but we have it here. Check it out.
Okay, so one he'll walk into a meeting room, he'll be like, probably be all mad, slinging stuff and everything, but then he'll be like, hey, Sylvain, how are you feeling? Good. Good. You feel with your hands, and then he'll just give you like a blank, basically, and just keep going.
So to me, that sounds like you're pretty sarcastic, but are you the king of a dad joke? You have good dad jokes up your sleeve?
I love being a dad. I take offense to that.
I never said it was a bad thing.
So now I'm going to, so the history behind that, a couple former players of mine at the last place I was at, they probably had the worst dad jokes at 21. But those guys, I would always walk in. I was like, hey guys, how you feeling? And it was Bradley Bozeman, Ross Pierce Baker, Jonah Williams. Yeah. And they look up at me and go, with our hands, coach. Well, then it carried over to pregame. I was like, all right, how you guys feeling? They're like, with our hands. I was like, all right, they're good to go. So I just kind of carried it along with us, and it was a running joke inside the O-line room, and all of a sudden you move a couple offices down the hallway, and everybody knows about it now. So
clearly it is sticking with your current players, too. I love that. I love that.
It's crazy how all that gets started. Well, listen, we're ready to get started. That opener against Louisville is going to be out of sight. Little conference game out of the gate. To me, it's kind of running underneath the radar a little bit. Everybody's been talking about Florida State, LSU, and granted, it's a huge game for the league, for Florida State in particular, but that conference game right from the get-go especially, no divisions this year, they all matter.
Well, look, the fact that the ACC as a conference has so many games right out the gate, premier matchups, and to be able to showcase our league and showcase what this league is in the game of football. And, and at the end of the day, it comes down to winning and putting a good brand of football on the field. And that's what we're all trying to do. That's what we're all competing to do. But getting the exposure as a conference is important. And we want everyone in the country to see what this conference is about and see why I'm so passionate about it, why others are so passionate about the ACC, and really see what we do have to offer.
You got it. Well, wish you the very best. Always a pleasure.
Good luck with West Durham under center, by the way.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Shotgun only.
You're going to need it.
I appreciate you guys. Go Jackets.
Thanks, Coach.